Good day, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the most important assignments you will ever undertake, working on yourself. Listen carefully before you can truly change the world. You must first change yourself. You see, life is a journey, and self-improvement is the fuel that propels you forward. Too many people live their lives waiting for opportunities, breakthroughs, or someone else to make them better. But hear me clearly, no one is coming to do the work for you. The responsibility for your growth is yours. Every journey of self-improvement begins with a clear understanding of your purpose. Purpose is the reason for your existence, the unique role you were created to fulfill. Without it, life can feel like wandering through a dense fog, unsure of which direction to take. But when you discover your purpose, it's like the sun breaking through the clouds. It provides clarity, focus, and energy to move forward with intention. To work on yourself, you must first ask the most important questions. Why am I here? What was I born to do? What problem am I uniquely designed to solve? These are not questions to take lightly, and the answers will not always come quickly. But seeking them is essential because your purpose acts as the compass that guides every decision you make. When you know your purpose, you gain a sense of direction that allows you to prioritize what truly matters and avoid wasting time on distractions. Discovering your purpose is not about inventing something new, it's about uncovering what's already inside you. The gifts, talents, and passions you possess are not accidents, they are clues. Pay attention to the things that excite you, the tasks that feel effortless, and the moments when you feel most alive. These are often indicators of your purpose. But don't stop there. Purpose also involves understanding how your unique abilities can meet the needs of others. It's not just about what fulfills you, it's about how you can make a meaningful impact in the world around you. This process requires introspection. Take time to reflect on your life, your strengths, and your experiences. Ask yourself, what have I been drawn to repeatedly? What challenges have shaped me? And how can I use those lessons to help others? Sometimes your greatest struggles are the very areas where you are meant to shine. Your pain can be transformed into purpose if you are willing to learn from it and use it as a foundation for growth. But understanding your purpose is not just an internal journey. It also requires you to seek guidance and wisdom. Surround yourself with people who see potential in you and are willing to speak truth into your life. Mentors, friends, and family can often provide insights that you may not see for yourself. Their perspective can help you identify strengths or passions you might overlook. And don't forget to seek divine guidance. Prayer, meditation, or moments of quiet reflection can often reveal clarity in ways that logic alone cannot. Once you begin to uncover your purpose, the next step is to align your life with it. This is where self-discipline comes into play. It's not enough to simply know why you're here. You must make intentional choices that move you closer to fulfilling that purpose. This might mean letting go of habits, relationships, or activities that no longer serve you. It might mean stepping out of your comfort zone to pursue opportunities that stretch and challenge you. Purpose requires focus, and focus often demands sacrifice. Working on yourself becomes much easier when your actions are rooted in purpose. It gives you the motivation to keep going, even when the journey is difficult. Purpose transforms hard work into meaningful work. It turns setbacks into lessons and failures into stepping stones. When you have a clear sense of why you're working on yourself, you'll find that your resilience increases, your creativity flourishes, and your drive becomes unstoppable. However, it's important to remember that purpose is not static. As you grow and evolve, your understanding of your purpose may deepen or shift. That's okay. Life is not about arriving at a final destination. It's about the journey. Stay open to learning and be willing to adjust your course as new opportunities or challenges arise. Purpose is not something you find once and forget about. It's something you cultivate, refine, and live out every day. By grounding your self-improvement efforts in a clear sense of purpose, you create a foundation that will sustain you through the ups and downs of life. Purpose gives meaning to your struggles and joy to your victories. It's the fuel that powers your growth, the lens that sharpens your focus, and the anchor that keeps you grounded. When you work on yourself with purpose in mind, you not only transform your own life, but also touch the lives of those around you in ways you may never fully realize. And so the first and most vital step in working on yourself is to discover and embrace your purpose. Because once you know why you're here, everything else falls into place. Your efforts gain meaning, your progress gains momentum, and your life begins to reflect the greatness you were created to achieve. If you are serious about working on yourself, one of the most powerful tools at your disposal is knowledge. Growth begins the moment you commit to learning, and the process of learning should never end. Far too many people view education as something that happens only within the walls of a classroom or during the early years of life. But the truth is, the most important lessons come long after you've left formal schooling. The world is constantly changing, and to grow, you must adapt. To adapt, you must learn. Knowledge is like a seed that, when nurtured, grows into the tree of your potential. But unlike trees in nature, the growth of your mind has no limits. It is up to you to determine how far you will go by what you choose to feed it. Reading books, attending seminars, and seeking wisdom from mentors are not luxuries, they are investments. Every time you expand your understanding, you increase your ability to create opportunities, solve problems, and live a more meaningful life. But learning is not just about accumulating information. True learning is transformative. It changes how you think, how you see the world, and how you approach challenges. Think about it, the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is knowledge. The skills you need, the habits you want to build, and the opportunities you're looking for are all tied to what you know. By expanding your knowledge, you create pathways that didn't exist before. To make learning effective, you must approach it with intention. Start by identifying the areas in your life where you need growth. Is it your career, your relationships, your health, or your mindset? Once you know where you want to improve, seek out resources that can guide you. Books, podcasts, online courses, and even conversations with experienced individuals are all valuable tools. The key is to remain curious and proactive. Don't wait for someone to hand you knowledge. Go out and find it. Learning requires humility. You must acknowledge that you don't know everything and that there is always room for improvement. Too often, people resist learning because it challenges their ego. They feel that admitting ignorance is a sign of weakness. But the reality is quite the opposite. Acknowledging what you don't know is the first step towards strength. It's in those moments of vulnerability that the greatest growth happens. Another important aspect of learning is application. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. It's not enough to read a book or attend a workshop and then do nothing with what you've learned. The value of knowledge lies in how you use it. Take what you've learned and put it into practice. Experiment with new ideas, test new strategies, and apply new principles to your daily life. Every action you take reinforces the lessons and makes them a permanent part of who you are. Learning is not always easy. Sometimes it requires unlearning habits, beliefs, or mindsets that no longer serve you. This can be uncomfortable, but it's a necessary part of growth. Be open to new perspectives, even if they initially feel unfamiliar or uncomfortable. Growth happens outside your comfort zone, and learning is the bridge that takes you there. Consistency is another cornerstone of effective learning. You cannot grow by feeding your mind occasionally or sporadically. Just as your body requires daily nourishment, so does your mind. Make it a habit to set aside time each day to learn something new. Even 15 to 30 minutes of focused learning can compound into significant growth over time. The key is to be disciplined and intentional about it. Let learning become a part of your lifestyle, not just an occasional activity. Surround yourself with people who value growth and knowledge. The company you keep has a profound influence on your mindset. When you're in an environment that encourages curiosity and intellectual exploration, you'll find it easier to stay motivated and inspired. Engage in conversations that challenge your thinking and expose you to new ideas. The more you interact with people who are also committed to growth, the faster you'll grow. In the process of learning, remember that mistakes are part of the journey. Failure is not the opposite of learning, it's a crucial part of it. Every time you stumble, there's a lesson to be learned. Embrace those moments as opportunities to grow and refine your approach. With each mistake, you're not starting over, you're starting smarter. So as you work on yourself, make learning a lifelong commitment. Feed your mind daily, seek wisdom from others, and never stop exploring. Growth doesn't happen by chance, it happens by choice. And the more you choose to learn, the closer you'll get to becoming the person you were meant to be. Working on yourself requires more than motivation or grand visions. It requires action rooted in habits. Habits are the foundation upon which your success is built. They determine the small repeated actions that shape your character, your productivity, and ultimately your future. While dreams and plans are important, it is the consistent actions you take every day that turn those aspirations into reality. The beauty of habits lies in their power to compound over time. Imagine planting a seed and watering it every day. At first, it may seem like nothing is happening, but as days turn into weeks and weeks into months, the seed begins to sprout and grow. Habits work the same way. Each positive action you take may seem small and insignificant in the moment, but over time, these actions create a momentum that transforms your life. The first step in building strong habits is clarity. You must decide what kind of person you want to become. What goals do you want to achieve? What values do you want to live by? Once you have a clear vision, you can identify the habits that align with that vision. For example, if you want to improve your health, you might commit to exercising daily or eating nutritious meals. If you want to grow intellectually, you might establish a habit of reading for 30 minutes each day. Habits thrive on simplicity. Start small. Many people fail because they try to make drastic changes all at once, overwhelming themselves in momentum. Instead, focus on small, manageable actions that are easy to incorporate into your daily routine. These small wins create a sense of accomplishment and build the confidence needed to take on bigger challenges. Remember, consistency is more important than intensity. It's better to do a little every day than to do a lot sporadically. To solidify a habit, attach it to an existing routine. This concept, often called habit stacking, makes it easier to integrate new behaviors into your life. For instance, if you want to practice gratitude, you could pair it with brushing your teeth by thinking of 3 things you're thankful for as you brush. This approach leverages the momentum of established routines to anchor new habits. Discipline is the fuel that drives habits, especially in the beginning stages. There will be days when you don't feel like sticking to your routine. These are the moments that test your commitment. It's important to remind yourself of the bigger picture. Habits are not about immediate gratification, they are about long-term transformation. On difficult days, take the smallest possible action to maintain your streak, even if it's just 5 minutes. The act of showing up reinforces your identity as someone who is committed to growth. Your environment also plays a significant role in shaping your habits. Surround yourself with people and spaces that support your goals. If you're trying to eat healthier, keep your kitchen stocked with nutritious options. If you're trying to focus on work, create a clutter-free workspace that minimizes distractions. Your surroundings should make it easier to follow through on your habits rather than tempting you to abandon them. Tracking your habits can be a powerful motivator. Seeing your progress visually, whether it's through a checklist, an app, or a journal, provides a sense of accomplishment and encourages you to keep going. It also allows you to identify patterns and adjust your approach if needed. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small they may seem. Each step forward is proof that you're moving in the right direction. It's also important to recognize that building habits takes time. Studies suggest it can take weeks or even months for a new behavior to become automatic. Be patient with yourself. Progress is not always linear, and setbacks are a natural part of the process. When you falter, don't dwell on failure, focus on getting back on track. What matters is not perfection, but persistence. Habits are not just about doing more, they're also about doing less of what doesn't serve you. Identify the habits that hold you back, whether it's procrastination, negative self-talk, or unhealthy behaviors, and replace them with actions that align with your goals. Let go of the things that drain your energy and focus on what empowers you. As you cultivate positive habits, you'll notice a shift not only in your actions, but also in your mindset. Habits shape identity. When you consistently act in a way that aligns with your goals, you begin to see yourself as the kind of person who embodies those qualities. This shift in identity creates a cycle of reinforcement where your habits strengthen your self-belief and your self-belief motivates you to maintain your habits. Ultimately, habits are the building blocks of self-improvement. They are the daily choices that create lasting change. By focusing on small, consistent actions, you can achieve extraordinary results over time. Working on yourself means committing to the process, trusting in the power of incremental progress, and believing that each habit you build brings you closer to the best version of yourself. No matter how focused you are on working on yourself, one of the most powerful influences in your journey will be the people you surround yourself with. The right relationships have the ability to elevate you, challenge you, and support your growth. Your environment, including the people you interact with, plays a significant role in shaping who you are and who you are becoming. This is why surrounding yourself with the right people is not just a suggestion, it's a necessity. The truth is, we are all influenced by the people we spend time with. Whether consciously or subconsciously, we pick up on their habits, their mindset, and their beliefs. And think about it, when you're around people who are constantly negative, who speak doubt, or complain about every challenge, it's easy to start adopting that mindset yourself. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with individuals who are positive, ambitious, and focused on growth, you begin to think like them, act like them, and ultimately become like them. Your relationships either lift you higher or pull you down, so it's crucial to choose wisely. Start by evaluating the people you currently have in your life. Ask yourself, are they adding value to my life? Are they encouraging me to be the best version of myself, or are they holding me back? It's not always easy to assess relationships, especially if you've known certain people for a long time. But the reality is that some relationships, even with people we care about deeply, can become unhealthy if they don't support our personal growth. This is not to say that you should cut people off without consideration. Rather, it's about setting boundaries and ensuring that your relationships encourage your development. One of the most powerful ways to grow is to find mentors, individuals who are ahead of you in their journey and who can guide you based on their own experiences. A mentor has the wisdom to point out blind spots, provide feedback, and encourage you through challenges. They have the ability to help you see things from a perspective you might not have considered and to hold you accountable to your goals. But mentors aren't just experienced individuals, they're people who genuinely care about your success. Their role is not to criticize, but to help you grow. So seek out those who inspire you, those who walk the path you're aiming to walk, and who are willing to invest in your future. It's also essential to build relationships with peers, individuals who are on a similar journey as you. Peer relationships are vital because they provide a sense of community and shared accountability. When you surround yourself with people who share your goals and values, you are more likely to stay motivated, committed, and energized. These relationships create a sense of camaraderie where you can encourage one another, share resources, and celebrate each other's victories. Peers help you push through difficult moments, reminding you that you're not alone in your pursuit of growth. But building the right relationships isn't just about finding the right people, it's also about being the right person. You attract what you are. If you want to build meaningful connections with positive, growth-oriented individuals, you must first embody the qualities you seek in others. Be someone who listens, encourages, and adds value to the lives of those around you. Share your experiences, offer your help, and be generous with your time and knowledge. When you lead by example, you naturally draw others who are aligned with your values and who will support your growth. Equally important is the ability to let go of toxic relationships, those that drain your energy and hold you back. It's painful to admit, but not all relationships are meant to last forever. There will be times when you have to make the difficult decisions of the distance yourself from people who aren't contributing positively to your growth. This is not an act of cruelty, but rather an act of self-preservation. You must prioritize your growth and well-being, and sometimes that means walking away from individuals who are not on the same path. At the same time, it's crucial to remember that no one person or group can be your sole source of inspiration or support. Healthy relationships are reciprocal. While you seek growth from others, you must also be willing to give. Your relationships should not be transactional. They should be based on mutual respect, care, and shared goals. Whether with a mentor, a peer, or even a family member, strive to make every relationship an opportunity for growth on both sides. Another aspect to consider is the impact of virtual relationships. In today's digital age, it's possible to connect with like-minded individuals from all over the world. Social media, online communities, and webinars have created unprecedented opportunities to learn from and engage with people who inspire you. However, just as in-person relationships require careful thought, virtual relationships also require intentionality. Choose online communities and groups that align with your goals and values. Be mindful of the information you consume and the people you interact with online. Ultimately, the relationships you foster will either enhance or hinder your personal growth. Surround yourself with individuals who challenge you to grow, who believe in your potential, and who encourage you to keep going even when things get tough. By curating a circle of positive influences, you create an environment that supports and reinforces your journey of self-improvement. So, invest in meaningful relationships, both online and offline. And always remember that you have the power to shape your environment and in turn, shape your future. One of the most crucial aspects of working on yourself is learning to take full ownership of your life. Ownership is about taking responsibility for where you are and where you're headed, recognizing that the power to shape your future lies within your own hands. It is far too easy to fall into the trap of blaming circumstances, other people, or even external factors for our challenges. But the truth is, true growth begins when we stop shifting the blame and start embracing our role in the process. To work on yourself, you must first fully accept that the choices you make, the mindset you cultivate, and the actions you take or fail to take are all yours. Taking ownership means acknowledging that you are the architect of your own life. While there are certainly situations and experiences that are beyond your control, the way you respond to them is entirely up to you. It's important to understand that even when life throws obstacles your way, you have the ability to choose how to react, how to learn from the experience, and how to move forward. This sense of personal responsibility is empowering. When you realize that your future is not in the hands of others, but in your own, it opens up a world of possibilities. Many people struggle with taking ownership because they fear the weight of responsibility. The idea of being in control of their own outcomes can feel daunting. It's easier to blame someone or something else when things go wrong because it gives us an excuse to avoid difficult decisions or hard work. However, this mindset only keeps us stuck. By avoiding responsibility, we relinquish our power to change, grow, and improve. Instead of waiting for external factors to change, we must focus on what we can control: our mindset, our actions, and our efforts. Taking ownership doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. In fact, one of the most powerful ways to take ownership is to actively seek help, guidance, and support from others. However, even in this process, the responsibility still lies with you. No one else can make decisions for you, nor can they force you to take action. You are the one who must decide whether or not you will make use of the resources and opportunities available to you. When you take ownership, you stop seeing yourself as a passive participant in life's events, and instead see yourself as an active creator of your own story. One of the core components of ownership is developing the ability to make decisions with confidence. Every day, we face decisions, big and small, that shape our future. And while not every decision will be perfect, the key is to make them with conviction. Taking ownership means trusting yourself to make the right choices, learning from the mistakes, and adjusting along the way. It's important to recognize that no decision is set in stone. Life is a journey of trial and error, and through every misstep, there is an opportunity to learn and grow. Another critical aspect of ownership is understanding that self-doubt and fear are natural parts of the process. These feelings don't go away simply by wishing them away, and they certainly don't diminish by avoiding responsibility. Instead of running from fear or self-doubt, face them head on. Acknowledge that you might feel uncertain, but don't let it stop you from taking action. Trust that every step forward, even if it's small, is progress. Confidence is built through action, not just thought. A critical part of working on yourself is learning how to manage your time effectively. Time is the most valuable resource you have, yet it's often the one we waste the most. We all have 24 hours in a day, but how we use those hours determines the quality of our lives. If you want to achieve greatness, personal growth, and success, mastering time management is non-negotiable. The way you spend your time reflects your priorities and your commitment to achieving your goals. Time management begins with awareness. If you are not intentional about how you spend your time, you will quickly find yourself caught in a cycle of distractions and unproductive habits. Ask yourself, how do I currently spend my time? Are you constantly busy but not moving closer to your goals? Or are you intentional about what you do each day, making sure every moment counts? Time is not something you can get back, so it's essential to treat it as a precious commodity. When you realize that each hour, each minute is an opportunity for progress, you will start to see time as the tool it truly is. The first step in managing your time effectively is to set clear goals. Without a clear vision of what you want to achieve, time slips away unnoticed. When you know where you're headed, time becomes your ally. Set both short-term and long-term goals that align with your vision for the future. Break them down into specific, actionable tasks. By turning your big goals into small, manageable steps, you create a clear pathway forward. Each task you complete brings you closer to the realization of your dreams. Once your goals are in place, it's time to plan your day. Every successful person I know has a plan for their day before it begins. Planning is more than just writing down a to-do list. It's about intentionality. Schedule your day with purpose, ensuring that the most important tasks are prioritized. Too often, we let the urgent distract us from the important. When you plan your day around your highest priorities, you avoid wasting time on trivial tasks that don't move you forward. This may mean saying no to certain distractions, setting boundaries, and being disciplined about your time. Effective time management also involves learning how to focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, emails, phone notifications, and even the temptation to multitask pull us away from what truly matters. To make the most of your time, it's essential to eliminate distractions and create an environment that supports deep focus. Turn off notifications, set specific times to check your emails, and create a workspace that minimizes interruptions. When you can focus fully on the task at hand, you accomplish more in less time, and the quality of your work improves as well. It's also important to recognize that time management isn't just about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. Many people make the mistake of thinking that the busier they are, the more productive they are. But the truth is, being busy doesn't equate to being effective. It's not about filling your day with activities. It's not the these that align with your goals and contribute to your growth. Be mindful of how you allocate your time. Prioritize tasks that move you closer to your objectives and avoid spending time on things that are not aligned with your vision. Another key component of effective time management is delegation. You don't have to do everything yourself. While it's important to take responsibility for your goals, it's equally important to understand that you don't have to do every task on your own. If you're in a position to delegate, whether at work or in your personal life, do so. Delegate allows you to focus on what you do best and what's most important. It also allows others around you to contribute, creating a sense of teamwork and shared responsibility. By delegating, you free up your time for the tasks that truly require your attention. Learning how to say no is another vital skill in management. We live in a world that constantly pulls us in different directions. People make demands on our time, and opportunities present themselves regularly. While it's important to be open to new experiences and to be helpful to others, you must learn to say no to things that do not align with your priorities. Saying no is not a rejection of others, it's an affirmation of your own goals and needs. When you say no to distractions and time wasters, you create space for the things that truly matter. Also, remember that time management includes rest. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that every should be spent working toward a goal, but rest and recovery are just as important as effort and productivity. Burnout is real, and without rest, you lose energy, creativity, and focus. Schedule time for breaks, relaxation, and self-care. When you take care of yourself, you are better equipped to handle the demands of life and to make the most of your time. Balance is key. Finally, one of the most effective ways to manage time is to reflect regularly on how you're using it. Take time at the end of each day or week to evaluate how you spent your time. Did you stick to your plan? Were you productive? Did you waste time on distractions? This reflection allows you to adjust your approach and make improvements. Time management is not a one-time task. It's a continuous process of assessment, adjustment, and improvement. The more you reflect and learn from your experiences, the better you will become at managing your time effectively. The ability to manage your time effectively is one of the most important skills you can develop in your journey of self-improvement. Time is limited, and every moment is an opportunity for progress. By setting clear goals, planning your day, eliminating distractions, focusing on what matters, delegating, saying no when necessary, and making time for rest, you take control of your life and your future. Time is the great equalizer. It's not about how much time you have, but how you use it. With mastery over your time, you unlock the potential to create the life you desire. As we come to the end of this journey on how to work on yourself, I want to remind you that personal growth is not a destination, but a lifelong process. The steps we've discussed today, developing a growth mindset, building strong habits, surrounding yourself with the right people, taking ownership of your life, and managing your time effectively are all essential tools that, when applied with consistency and dedication, will help you transform your life. Remember, the road to growth may not always be easy, and there will be challenges along the way, but every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. I encourage you to take these principles to heart and start implementing them one day at a time. Trust in your ability to evolve, to overcome obstacles, and to push forward even when the path seems unclear. Your future is in your hands, and with each decision you make today, you are shaping the life you will live tomorrow. Thank you for taking the time to listen, reflect, and commit to your personal growth. Good luck on your journey, and always remember that the power to change and improve lies within you. Take action, stay consistent, and never stop believing in your potential. The best version of you is waiting to emerge.